Hey everybody, and welcome to The Shift. I'm your host, Kayla New York. Today we're going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about because it's a video. So today I'm going to talk about not talking. Not talking about what you're going to do, but just do it and let other people talk about it. Because you're the type of person who it's like, oh, you get an idea and you want to go out there and you want to tell people, oh, this is the idea that I have and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then it doesn't. It's like, it doesn't pan out. And you've told all these people and you have all this anxiety because you told all these people, and then you go into a depression because you feel that you can't do it. And stop. Anytime you have an idea or you think of a way that you're going to do something, right? Don't say it to anyone else but the team that you have. Your spiritual team, those are the people you should be talking to. You should be talking to your guides, your angels, your spirits. Your ancestors, the ancestor that did whatever you're about to embark on. You know, like I'm talking to my ancestors with whoever is a very good host and co-host and all that stuff. So they're the ones that are going to infuse you with the energy you need. They're going to infuse you with the channeling that you need to let your spiritual gifts fly forward. They're the ones that's going to, but if you go outside to other people, even the ones that mean well, we're not even talking about the people who want to see fail. Blah, boo, boo. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people who really want to see you do well. They really want to help. They really want you to win. They can mess you up more than anybody else. Oh, I'm shaking. They can mess you up better than anybody, they can mess you up more than the people who are against you. You know why? Because they want it for you so bad that they start giving you advice. They start telling you what you should do, and it clouds your judgment. It clouds what you already had said, and you stop listening to your inner being and you're listening to them. And then when it doesn't pan out, you're like, oh, I screwed up or I suck. And then you go down that rabbit hole, which is full of knives and sharp rocks and stuff. And you go down that hole because you think that, oh, I should do it this way because, well, she said this, and you have them in your head. There's too many people in your head. You came and you have guides and spirits. You have guides, spirits, angels, the whole shebang. You have all of it. Some have different ones. Some have some that come and go. Some have some that are constant, all that stuff. But you have them. Just face the facts that you have. If you're on my page, you know you have them. Use them. Talk to them. Let them infuse you with the confidence that you need to boost whatever you need. Granted, I know sometimes it's like, oh, I feel like I'm sitting here talking to myself, you know, even though I hear people talking back to me sometimes, or if I feel the energy and I feel the boost and I see, or so those that can see, I see them sitting there, you know, encouraging me, loving me, all that stuff. I want human contact. Okay, that's not a problem. You can have the human contact. You can want that person or persons to encourage you, you know, and there's different ways to do it without telling them what you're doing. You know, you can go to just have fun and laugh. Just go to them, laugh. They don't even have to know you're doing anything. There's a lot of endeavors that I'm going through and I'm having, and I talk to my friends almost every day. And a lot of the endeavors that I'm doing that I'm not quite sure about, that I have to sit down with my team and be like, okay, I'm scared with this, I'm scared with that, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. I don't go to them about it. Because they love me so much that they will do anything to encourage me and to help guide me. But when you first have an idea, or if you're first going to do something, say for instance, you're going to first try like me, try to do something, you're trying to do, I almost gave away what I was doing. See, almost caught you, but gotcha. But anyway, so it's like the endeavor that I'm doing. Let's just say I told you the endeavor I'm doing, right? If I go to my friend and I say, hey, this is what I'm doing, she loves me so much that she's going to be like, oh, why don't you do this? Or, oh, why don't you do that? And then what happens is what I already have set in my head of what to do gets jumbled. And even with my friends, when they come to me about stuff, I ask them, well, how are you going to make that happen? Because I used to be the other person. I used to be that person that's like, oh, you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you need to do this. And I would watch the light drain out of people's eyes, because I'm an administrator by trade. I've been a management administrator for over 20 years. So I can look at something, dissect it, reconstruct it, and tell you how it's going to be executed and how it can be executed efficiently and measurably. You understand? I went to school for it. So it's like, what I found out was I'm messing my friends up. And you can have all the best intentions and still mess your people up, because you're giving them advice on something they are not even clear about yet. So, but in a way, it's not your fault. It really is not your fault, because they're coming to you. But it is your responsibility as their friend to ask questions. I start to ask questions now. I try. Sometimes it just falls out. Especially if the spirits are telling me to tell them something. Oh, this is what they construct the whole thing in my head, and I have to get it out. So it gets crazy. But getting back to the person themselves, you are in charge of you. You have an inner being. You are the inner being. I hate to say it that way. You are the inner being. You understand? This is just a vessel. This is like a really, really expensive suit that you only get once. You can't leave. It's kind of like walking on the moon. This is our moon suit. You can't walk around without a suit. You understand? So this is us. This is not you. You're the inside. You're inside, and you can really see the person through their eyes. When you really gaze into a person's eyes, you can see who they are. So that's who you need to connect with. You need your physical body to connect with your spiritual body, and once it's connected, you can do extraordinary things. Trust me, I'm living proof of it, and once I stopped trying to look outside of me, or going to my friends, I used to go to everybody. What do you think about this? This is the decision I'm making. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Should I do this? Should I do that? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And then I had like 20 different ideas on how to do one thing. And then you know what ended up happening? I ended up doing nothing. I ended up falling back because it was too much. It was like, oh, this person's expecting me to do this, and this person gave me this advice, and this person said this. Stop talking to so many people and talk to yourself. Get quiet with yourself and find out what your moves are, and then let people talk about your moves. Don't tell people what you're doing. Say for instance you want to lose weight. Just say for instance you want to lose weight. Stop telling everybody you're going to do this and you're going to do that and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Stop telling everybody that. Just do it. Like literally, just do it. Don't go, let people come to you and be like, damn girl, what you doing? Like, oh ma, you look real good. What, like, are you doing something? Tell me what you're doing so I can hook me up. You understand? That's what you need to do. Don't, because what you're doing is you're running your mouth more than you're actually doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. So it's like, then you get different ideas on how to do it, and you can't do that. Just like when you first have a baby, only you're the only one who really knows you're pregnant. For one split second, unless you're that because me, I never told any. I have three boys. I didn't tell anyone I was pregnant until after the 3rd month. All 3 of them. After the 3rd month, nobody, besides the father, of course, nobody else knew I was pregnant. After 3 months, everybody started to know I was pregnant because the baby was formed. The baby was straight. When I had my second son, I didn't tell my first son I was pregnant because I had a miscarriage before, and he knew before. So I didn't tell him anything until I started showing, because I didn't want him to get his hopes up again. So I'm saying all that to say, it's like, you have to stop talking so much. This year, we're going into 2021. You understand? You got to stop talking so much. Stop telling everybody what you're doing. Just do it. You understand? I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. You understand? Just do it. You want whatever it is that you want to be it. Be that. Don't sit and be like, oh, I gotta, let me find out what Keisha thinks. Let me find out what so and so thinks. No, it's shut up. Just shut up and build. You guys see me with that post all the time. Shut up and just build. And I'm not saying that you can't tell anybody eventually when you're comfortable and when you have a solid understanding of what you want to do. I didn't tell anybody about Kayla New York until you couldn't change in here what I knew I wanted for Kayla New York. Because the person I was with at the time, he was like, oh, you should just resell jewelry. And I'm like, no, that's not what Kayla New York does. We make jewelry. We're handmade. We make the jewelry. We're an individualistic company. We can't do that. And he was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. You're an LLC. You need to do this. And I was just like, but I was already unmoved because I knew what I was going to do. So I let him talk. I was like, okay, run your mouth. Talk, do what you want, And I was like, okay, yeah, that's not it. And they were getting upset. And I'm like, what are you getting upset about? This is my company. You can't get upset because I don't listen to what you want, what you think I need. And that's what happens. And it came from a place of love, but until you know what you want to do, don't talk in here, don't speak it out here. Speak it in here, speak it in here in your spirit, and get focused with what you want, because you don't want to be swayed back and forth by people's opinions. How many people had opinions on what I should be doing with Kayla New York? And they were not, it wasn't like, oh, these people don't love me. No, these are coming from people who love me, who I know, who I've tested, and I know they care about me. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not what's going to go. Even sometimes I talk to my girls now, and I'm like, oh, I just finished my jewelry show. And they're like, okay, yeah, so the next step is, I'm like, whoa, hold on, So anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm trying to keep it under 15. So I just wanted to let you guys know, don't talk, just build. Shh. Don't talk, just build. Build your brand, build yourself. Stay up, stay blessed. I'm Kayla New York, and I need to go do my nails. Deuces.